In tonight's Healthier Me, babies with DNA from 3 parents could soon be reality. Lawmakers voted in favor of a law that sets the stage for the United Kingdom to be the first country in the world to allow a pioneering in vitro fertilization technique using DNA from 3 people. 3-parent IVF uses healthy DNA from a female donor together with the mother and father's DNA to make embryos that will not have certain genetic diseases. Some religious groups and critics say it's unethical and one step closer to producing designer babies. There are now at least 150 measles cases across 14 states, many linked to Disneyland in California. But the California Department of Public Health has a new concern and is urging parents not to hold what's being called measles parties as an alternative to vaccines. LA County reports some people have even called in with concern, asking if those parties are child abuse.
It's not exactly the type of party children dream about attending. This Facebook group has parents around the country hoping to get children together to spread the chickenpox now so they have immunity later. But now there's concern the same parties might happen for the measles.
Instead of like a gift bag from a party, you end up with an infectious disease. Parents would rather give their child the disease than the vaccination.
The medical director for the LA Department of Child and Family Services says the abuse hotline has received several recent calls from people concerned about measles parties.
The bottom line is it's not abuse because it is a parent's decision to vaccinate or not. But what can come out of that could be looked at as abuse if there's bad health care or there's other problems.
It's rare for children to die from measles, but 1 in 1,000 do die. Other children get permanent brain damage. The California Department of Public Health reports 30% of people with measles in the current California outbreak have been hospitalized. The department strongly recommends against the intentional exposure of children to measles, as it unnecessarily places the exposed children at potentially grave risk and could contribute to further spread of the outbreak.
There's nothing worse than a parent thinking they've done the right thing for their child and they end up with a bad outcome.
While there is concern about these parties, it doesn't mean every parent who doesn't get their child vaccinated is taking part. The leader of one group against vaccines says she doesn't know any parents who would purposely infect their children.